Right, so I'm zoomed right out to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. Just wanted to zooming right out, the reason why I think it's bottomed out anyway. I mean, the orange line at the top there is the all-time high. And if we do a fib retracement from basically it's going to be at the bottom, which is 0 or 500 here, to the top there, you can see that the low around 15k has already hit the 0.7, which is here, the 0.786 retracement. Now that's pretty much the highest retracement you can get anyway for a large wave 2, which is what this would be. So when we hit the 15k down the bottom here, it's already a very extended pullback. And now looking at the structure on the way up as well, it doesn't really look like an ABC. It definitely looks more like a leading diagonal to me, which I've got in the red count here. It also could be an ABC like this. Oops. So it could be an A. Well, you'd be talking A, B, C. But it doesn't really fit with the structure, to be totally honest. It's not an impulsive C wave. It looks sort of corrective on the way up. I mean, B waves can form into quite a few different things, like triangles, but it isn't a triangle either. It just looks like either a rising wedge, which can fail and go down, which would end up in this count here, where we've got the A, B and the C comes down to level. It would just basically level there around 15,000 again. Sorry, I'm really bunged up at the minute. I can hardly talk. So yeah, that was the bearish scenario, but I don't think that's playing out because the structure of the ABC up's not very good. Also, the fact that we've already hit the 7.786 retracement of the whole move up, which is very, very overextended. And also, if you just look here a sec, where I've got the ABC there for the move down in purple, that's a really good ABC. It doesn't really need to have a B wave up and then down again. It would just be far too long as well. I mean, look at the overall time, like realistically, that Bitcoin's been around and making this move up. If this was to extend into this path here and go ABC, it's just going to be too long for a wave 2. So I think we bottomed out at 15,000, and I now think we're in this path here, which is the leading diagonal up. I'm going to delete this one off the chart again. So I actually believe we're in this move up now. We've just had wave 3, wave 4. We're now going up in a leading diagonal. Either a 5-wave move or an ending diagonal for the 5th wave, which should end up somewhere in this yellow box here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit now. So on the daily chart, there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to the last wave here. So it looks like we had a nice ABC down here for the wave. It would have been a wave 4. So I'm basically counting it like this. So ABC down for wave 4. Then it looks like we're starting another leading diagonal for the 5th wave. So I'm counting this now. Then I'm going into this count here. So the orange count, which means we've had wave 1 up already, which was a leading diagonal, which can only occur in wave A's or waves 1, but this is wave 1 of 5, so it's still a wave 1. And then we've got a pullback for 2, which, to be honest with you, has pretty much already happened. There is a chance it could come back further. But as it's bullish at the moment, I've got a feeling it's just going to fire straight up into this 3 and crack through this area. Now, this area here I've got highlighted. I'm going to have to zoom back out to the weekly for this. But if you look at this area here, I mean, it's hard to see because of all the other stuff, but I'm talking about this yellow box here, everything inside there. You can see how much resistance and support is in there. There's loads of levels. It's probably the busiest area in the whole chart, and this is the whole life of Bitcoin, because it actually hasn't been around that long. So that's just crazy resistance, and it's already poked the top of the box here where the 3 is, then rejected and come down and started coming back into it again. Now I think this path here is going to play out, and this is where it's important as well. So if this path does play out, this pullback we're getting for 2 now can hold, and we move up into wave 3 here and break through that box. We're probably going to retest the resistance and support area with wave 4 here, then go up into 5 here into the yellow box, which is my target area. Now if that can play out, we've just got through probably the biggest area of resistance support on the whole life of Bitcoin, zooming out to a weekly chart. So if we can get through that and up to here, up to 30, up towards, basically if we can get through 32,000, 33,000, then finish off this wave 3 round about 36, something like that, then pull back and retest the box and hold 32, 33k again, I think we're on the way up for the long term now, the future. I can't see any reason why we're going to come down after that. The only thing we may get is obviously this is a 5-wave move up for a lean diagonal. So when this 5-wave move up in red here ends and it finishes in this yellow box somewhere, we are going to be looking for a wave 2 down, because it's going to go like this. So then we're going to be looking for the 15k area. Say we max out in the middle of this box, just for an example, because we don't know yet. Then we're going to be looking at a wave 2. Oh god, I've messed that up. Forgot to press it. So there we go. So now the wave 2 has to come down to round about the 0.382 and the 0.5 retracement, which is here and here, coincidentally in the support and resistance area. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to get a 5-wave move up in the orange, end up in this box somewhere here, which is going to pretty much confirm the upside, because we've broke through heavy resistance and carried on up. Then we're going to get a wave 2 pullback, which should once again retest the area, and if it can hold then it is literally to the moon. We will be going to all-time highs, and then we will, God knows, I don't even want to do a prediction right now because it's hard, but if we get to here and then we get the, well, I could do it actually, hold on, I'll do it. This is obviously just like very, very provisional, but if that was to play out, it would play out like this. So you'd have to take the fib retracement from the bottom at 15k. This would be the wave 1 we're talking about, ending around here. The wave 2, let's just say it manages to touch the top of this resistance box and fire back up. Then the targets we're going to be looking at for the wave 3 is going to end us up round about, this is crazy, but it's going to be between here and here. So you're talking Bitcoin in like towards 90k to 100k, and that could play out in the next year. See, that's some crazy growth. So I think that's what's actually going to happen. But obviously there's loads of curveballs that are going to happen in between. It's not going to be a straight line up, even though that's normally what happens with Bitcoin. We need to be careful in some areas, but the main thing is just getting through here. If we can get through this heavy, if I can highlight it, this heavy resistance box here, end up in that one, retest that one, then it's off to the moon. But this is going to take ages to play out. I mean, this is a daily chart. So you think how many days it's going to take us to even get up here, then back down to here, then all the way, then obviously it's not going to be a straight line, even if it is a straight line, because you're going to get a 5-wave move like this, 4-wave 3. So like, let's just say the wave 3 starts here. You're still going to be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to move that over. Not enough room. So yeah, so we're going to be looking at a 5-wave move up like that anyway. And then it will pull back again. Then we'll go up towards these upper orange lines here. But yeah, looking at it now, the structure we've got, there's a good chance we're going to end up even between, well, definitely all-time highs to maybe 86k-ish in the next 6 months to a year, potentially. Crazy. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Oops, that's not zooming in. To a 1 hour chart. So zooming in on a 1 hour chart, what I'm doing now is I'm also using the Ichimokus. So if I put the Ichimoku clouds back on, you can have a look at this. So at the minute, you can see there's a lot of buying around this area in the green cloud. So basically, it looks like the cloud's decent support at the minute for this move up on the hourly. So it's just actually come down towards a cloud. It looks like it's rejecting quite well. So we could just be making the next move up now to finish off this wave 1 here. Well, sorry. We actually could just be moving. Sorry, we could actually just be moving up into the wave 3 now, because it's actually already rebounded off there. It's just hard to see. And sometimes when you draw these on further out, when you move them closer in, they're not exactly near the target. I mean, look at that. It looks miles away from it now, but then when we go out to a daily chart, it's sort of in the right position. Well, actually, we could move it over a bit, to be honest. That could go there and that could go there. Oh, no, in fact, that's actually there. And that's there. So it's actually like that. So, yeah, we could be going up into wave 3 now. So this is the important bit now, basically. In the next week or so, it's either going to fire up to this target of 35k, or it's going to fail in this yellow box and come down. So yeah, very important week or two ahead for Bitcoin, I'd say. Make or break, really. I think break to the upside, but we'll see.